So I thought I'd give you another quick video of our cellar and how it's filled up. So these are the boards here that we've used as a chute to throw stuff down. A couple rotten apples there we just pulled out. But Mark has put some fans in, this one and this one down here, because this is all we've had for a long time and it's gotten everything moist. So these two fans should keep things really dry. So this is all of our fodder beets, except for what is left in the field. And we're hoping to sell that to somebody to come harvest. We thought he wanted the whole field, but now it's looking like he only wants 5 bags, which is almost nothing. So we might be harvesting more beets. So anyway, you can see, this is at least to my hip there. All this over here on the right is our eating potatoes. So it's above my waist, my midriff, and we've got a couple of the bags there that couldn't quite get in there, but we want to be able to pull them out. Of course, up here we've got red apples, and let me get around the fan here, our yellow apples, and then a bunch of onions. This is our seed potatoes down in here with some eating potatoes on top, and the onions take up a whole bunch of space. Usually we hang them like that over there on the right side. And we started to hang them on the left, but then I realized our beets are going to get really tall and we won't be able to get to them. So we put them in the crates, and hopefully they'll have enough air circulating around them to last. So all these are onions here. Let me squeeze into this room. So usually we would have jams and stuff over here, and we put our empty jars. But now we've got all of our garlic, and then this is where we put our red beets, all of our red beets, and that's probably about 3 feet tall. And just to give you an idea, some really nice big beets this year. So we moved a bunch of our jams here, and of course we've got everything from flour, manna, which is kind of like cream of wheat, corn flour, those kind of things. We've got some apple pie mix here and one of pumpkin, and then we've got all of our lard that we just did from our pig, and of course all the jams and the salads, and then up here we've got parsley and basil, Italian sauces, some more salads, Italian sauces. There's our cucumbers, or pickles I should say, and our marinated tomatoes. All this bottom row is relish, adjika, and some other variants. Some more flowers. Yep. More jams down here because we ran out of space. And then all of this is our homemade juices and compote. And on the top I have my tomato soup. And then we have okra. And then more concentrate. That's yellow grape or white grapes. So kind of a small space. I'm going to take a soup. So turn back around if I back up here, if I can. So all the shelving, it's probably about 3.5 feet wide between all of this. So it's really, really tight this year because the harvest was so good. Yeah, and we've got space back in here, but of course we can't get to it because of the beets. But a lot of those jars I'm going to be getting rid of because I don't like how these seal. And sometimes they can pop, and I want the screw-on lids like that. Easier on my hands. Of course, with my pickles and marinated tomatoes, I need the non-screw tops because I have to put on a plastic lid, and it doesn't work with the screw-on lids. So let me squeeze through here again. Just a quick view of our cellar. There's some of our last carrots, and they usually mold pretty quickly because it's so wet down here. You're supposed to have an intake that's low and an outtake that's high, but the people who built this didn't do that. They just had this one little hole up here. So Mark put this vent in a number of years ago to try and help. Things get pretty humid down here, so we've been trying to figure out how to fix that, and he came up with putting in the electrical plugs for the 2 fans. Hopefully there's one of the plugs right there. I will have a better storage with those fans.